Namaste. My name is Madhumita and I would like to share a few thoughts on my research topic, early development of children through dance and movement, which I had pursued for my masters in Bharatnatyam from Tilak Maharashtra Vidyapeeth. I would really like to thank my guide and guru Ms. Sai Shete and my mentor Dr. Parimal Phadke for continuously showing me the right path throughout my masters and my dancing journey. I feel very lucky to be a part of this great initiative, Sampradnya by Nritya Yatri. Generally, once presented, our master's research topics fail to reach the audience. But thanks to Nritya Yatri, we are able to showcase our research on this digital platform. I would sincerely like to thank Guru Meghana Tai for building my foundation as a Bharatanatyam dancer and training me in my early childhood days. Thank you for allowing me to share my thoughts on this topic. From birth to age 5, a child's brain develops more than any other time in its life. Even after completing the age of 5 years, a child's brain continues to develop at a very fast rate. Early brain development has a lasting impact on the child's journey in school and life. The brain is the command center of the human body. A newborn baby has all of the brain cells they will have for the rest of their life. But it is the connections between these cells that really make the brain work. Exposing the children to new activities and experiences in life play a vital role in developing these connections. As these connections are formed, different areas of the brain which are responsible for different abilities like movement, language, and emotion also start developing. A child's brain is most pliable to learn many new skills and activities, and this opens a Pandora's box for all of us. Let us find out how a child's physical development occurs. A child's physical development includes two types of skills, gross motor skills and finer motor skills. Gross motor skills require whole body movement and involve the large core stabilizing muscles of the body to perform everyday functions such as standing, walking, running, jumping, or even sitting upright at a table. Finer motor skills involves coordination of small muscles in movements, usually involving the synchronization of hands and fingers with the eyes. This can be seen when a child is cutting paper, weaving threads, etc. Both gross and finer motor skills are important for the physical and cognitive development of a child. Once a child masters these skills, it is the responsibility of us adults to expose them to perceptual motor activities. So what are perceptual motor activities? Let us find out. Perceptual deals with obtaining information through our senses, and motor refers to the outcome of movement. Thus, perceptual motor activities require the children to use their brain and body in unison to accomplish tasks. This can be seen in catching a ball, riding a bicycle on a busy road, or even playing games. With reference to dance, remembering the sequence of a particular step and simultaneously doing it physically is also a challenging task. As the child manages to learn the dance sequence and reproduce it perfectly in front of the teacher, many new brain connections are built which help him or her in the long run. Nowadays, children have a variety of academic activities that they need to pursue. Along with that, if they pursue a physical activity, not only will they stay fit, but it will help in their cognitive development as well. Let us consider that they start learning a new dance form, say Bharatanatyam. By learning new steps which have to be repeated on both the sides, the non-active side of their brain gets stimulated. With regards to the concepts of right and left, those concepts are imbibed upon the child since the first day of class. The children may not know their right and left very well, but as they see their teacher and fellow dancers starting with their right leg, they also start striking their right leg without being aware that it is the right one. As the days pass and the students progress, they soon start associating the leg with which they start to be their right leg. Thus, learning any dance form helps in improving their perception of right and left. Now, let us come to the concept of kinesthetic learning. Kinesthetic learning is a type of learning where the children actually do the task physically rather than just sitting and observing their teacher. Kinesthetic learning exposes the children with a lot of external stimuli, including auditory stimulus, visual stimulus, and sometimes tactile stimulus as well. To give an example, consider a Bharatanatyam dancer practicing her dance moves on a particular song. The song is providing auditory stimulus. The dance itself is providing physical stimulus. Now also consider the surface on which the dancer is dancing. Here, the dancer has to be aware of the tactile stimulus he or she will receive while dancing, and also has to judge whether to strike hard or not, whether to jump high and land on the knees or not. Hence, I feel that the most primary form of kinesthetic intelligence is dancing. Brain Gym, a series of exercises developed by Dr. Paul Edison and Dr. Gail Edison, talk about educational kinesiology. It essentially means learning through motion. The Brain Gym program calls for children to repeat certain simple movements and exercises which are intended to integrate, repattern, and increase blood flow to the brain. Brain Gym talks extensively about crossing the midline. It means crossing over a body part in the other hemisphere of the body. For example, the right hand crosses over to the left side. This promotes coordination of both the right and left hemispheres of the brain and also helps the student in increasing their body awareness. Crossing the midline is done extensively in all dance forms throughout the world. Let us have a look at some of the postures from Bharatanatyam and also other dance forms where crossing the midline is done. In Kuditta Metta Adu, you can see that the right hand is crossing over to the left side. This can be seen in Shikhara Adavu as well. We can also see crossing the midline postures in the Odissi dance style, in the Kathak dance style, and in the Cha-Cha-Cha dance style. A lot of similarities were seen in Brain Gym exercises and Bharatanatyam adavus. The calf pump helps the mind whenever it feels stuck. Don't you find the calf pump in the Natta Adavu of Bharatanatyam? The grounder helps the brain in focusing on a particular task and also aids in reading comprehension. This is similar to some of the postures from Mandala Bheda. While I was working as a kindergarten teacher, I used to conduct Brain Gym exercise sessions quite regularly. And I noticed a good change in the students. They could use their brain and body together in unison and perform the movements with ease within a month's time. Mudra therapy. It has been discussed by well-known researchers that mudras have many therapeutic properties. Each finger stands for a particular element found in nature. As our fingertips touch each other, different elements in the body are balanced out, leaving a positive impact on the parasympathetic nervous system. These are the same mudras that are found in all the classical dance styles of India. Let us have a look at some of them. The Hausasya mudra is also known as Jnana mudra. It is known to stimulate and activate the pituitary gland. It has a calming effect on the body as well. Everyone must have seen this mudra being performed by people who meditate regularly. Mukula mudra. As all the fingertips come together in Mukula mudra, it is known to balance out all the 5 elements in the body. The Namaskara mudra or Anjali mudra invokes calmness, harmony, and balance in the human body. And the list of the innumerable benefits of dancing goes on and on. Be it any form of dancing, classical, Western, or contemporary, it is highly beneficial for children as well as adults. I hope this topic has helped you in understanding the interdependency of physical and cognitive development and how pursuing a dance form or any other physical activity can help the child in his or her own developmental journey. Namaste.